Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Do you ever get that strange feeling of deja vu? Do you ever get that strange feeling of deja vu? Yes, I'm back. Again, I haven't gone on holiday, but I will be going on holiday. It's something to do with 19. I'll tell you more if you really want to know. Anyway, it's nice to see you all. It's nice to be here on a nice sunny bright day. I'm Edward Scott, I'm your chairman. I'll get you through the agenda. Before I send you through the agenda, a quick happy birthday to you all. Happy birthday to you. That's the EBF Male Voice Choir. Let's get on with the meeting. Leadership team, could you be outstanding and introduce yourselves, please?
Good morning, I'm Warren, Social Secretary.
Good morning, Scott, your meeting secretary, keeper of live chat and manager of all the numbers.
Morning guys, Ben, education coordinator.
Vincent, I chair the membership committee and I'm also a chair.
Good morning everybody, I'm Terry and I do a membership and recruitment.
Right, excellent. We've got it out. Sit down. Let's get on with the meeting. First up, as always, is let me remind myself. What is it first? Yes, performance.
Yes, so in 1 week recorded so far for May, let me tell you the positions at the top of our performance league table. Third place we have a tie, 68 points scored by Max Skinner and Matt Barry for third. And then a very close competition, 78 points, Tina in second. Inching 1 point ahead, 79 is James.
Ladies taking over.
Mike and Matt.
Yeah, Mike. Right, okay, let's get moving further. Get it off. Education presentation, Ben.
Thank you very much. Well, good morning, guys. Have you ever been on hold and onto a company and ended up hanging up because you just got a little bit too frustrated with the wait? Yeah. Have you ever felt uncomfortable when you've been doing a one-to-one with somebody that might be trying to just sell their products to you or sell their services to you and not listen to what actually you really want? Have you ever been greeted in a rude or indifferent manner? All the time, yeah. So of course, when these things happen, it's not going to take too long before you start thinking about taking your business elsewhere. So it's about building the customer relationships that's going to make a massive difference. And it's a bit like when all these millions of companies spend millions and millions of pounds on advertising, not realising that the key to turning a prospect into a client may depend on something really simple, like the way that your receptionist or you answer the phone. So the good keys to remember about building this good customer relationship is good marketing is all about building relationships. It's about listening to what the customer actually wants, but more importantly, what the customer needs, and going out of your way to make sure that you provide that service. It's the small things like smiling and how you greet people, and maybe if you've just come from an EBF meeting and you're going off to meet a client, make sure that you haven't got a little bit of bacon stuck in your teeth, and so just make yourself look a little bit more, because you are representing your company. So making sure that you can be the best version of yourself. Shower, that's always a good one. That was like why. But also about the amazing great, like good customer service that you can actually give. So every single business will always have problems. It's inevitable that things are always going to happen, but it's how those problems are dealt with and how that customer feels looked after that is going to sort of get you through it. Because your business relies on your close and personal follow-up with your clients and prospects. So try to apply these into your business and just make sure that you try and create a much stronger personal relationship with your clients, because that's going to in turn them into long-standing clients. But for now, thank you for listening.
And now, because he didn't have a bacon sandwich, he won't be picking the bacon out of his teeth, it's Terry.
Yeah.
Membership.
Oh, right. Thanks, mate. We have a couple of things today. Those of you know, we had a member apply called Chris, who was a builder, and looked very positive, so we did the usual membership application form, and we got in his financials and everything, and there were some issues, so we spoke to him about those issues, which were of concern, as you would imagine, with a builder, and as a result of which it doesn't appear it's going to destroy you. So if you know any builders, look out for them. And also the other thing that's important to know is we do carry out proper due diligence. We look at people and make sure that they're going to be fit and proper members, because if they're not, it's going to bounce back on us all. So please look out for a builder, but I don't think we'll see this one again.
Thank you very much, Terry. Right. That's all the preliminary out of the way. We approach the 60-second round, but before we do, let's get the business card box going round, make sure you're adequately represented, and take out cards that you might need. The blue box, which is due for facelift, is going round, so populate that with pieces of paper. Right, the 60-second round, your chance in 60 seconds to highlight your business. We have the bellman, so after 50 seconds you'll make that noise, and after 60, if you should not have finished by then, wrap it up and sit down. Right, Scott, who won the Oscar last week, he will be listening out very, very carefully, and will award the Oscar at the end of the round. Right, let's get going then with the 60-second round itself. First up will be Scott, and then he'll be followed by Matt.
Alright, good morning everyone. Not just building websites, but something that I do for clients, and I'm going to use Blake as an example, to kind of handhold through those first steps of owning the website and promoting and marketing. So something we've been doing with MI5 is plugging into my SEO tools that will look not just at how well the website has been built and uncover any issues or warnings or problems with it, but allow us to look at his competition. So all of the other sites that Blake is ranking against, where are they getting their links from? What are they doing? Which opportunities do all of his competitors have that we are leveraging that might be easy, quick wins for us? So that's where we've started. We've identified some low-hanging fruits and a few places where we can do better. So we're exploring some of those things. But if you want that same kind of leg up for your business, compare yourself against your immediate competition, give us a shout. Thank you.
Next one, Matt, you're next and you're followed by Brian.
Good morning everyone, Matt from Blue Seraph. I recently told you about our new work that we've been doing with Essex Cricket, and obviously you know all about the stuff that we've been doing with Brentwood Rugby Eels team, which has been fantastic and going from strength to strength. We have now been given the opportunity to pitch for Middlesbrough Football Club's rebrand. Very exciting. I have family connections with Middlesbrough Borough, as it's known. So it is really exciting. So I'm actually looking for your help, both in terms of fan engagement. Do you know anyone that is a lifelong Borough fan, or would like to be interested in some form of fan engagement questionnaire? I'd really like to hear from them, because we really want to set our stall out to be the best option for them as a club. So it's very exciting. We're looking forward to getting involved in it. So yeah, any advice, any references would be great. Thank you.
And I hope there's going to be an Essex branch of the Middlesbrough football? No.
Supporters, yes.
Okay.
There is now.
Brian, you're followed by Vincent.
Good morning, everybody. Brian, therapist, Pilgrim Hypnotherapy. I'm a senior man, 67 years old, retired, and he's a cannabis smoker. He says he's been having a job for the past 50 years. Whenever he finishes some minor job at home, or the telephone rings, he'd roll the job. He said, cannabis is my friends, my companion. Well, I've changed his friend and companion into an enemy. So now he hasn't had cannabis for 10 days, he tells me. And also, as a byproduct, he stopped smoking. So I'm so good for the happy smokers. So please look out for me. That's Brian, hypnotherapist, Pilgrim Hypnotherapy. It's just a phone call away.
Thank you very much, Brian. Vincent, you're next, and you're followed by Chris.
Morning, everyone. Vincent from Steve. We do quite a few mailers for estate agents, lettings agents. It's a really proven strategy. They order 10,000 of these and blitz the area, which shows, you know, sort of what it is they're selling. They even do short. These people do short runs as well. When they've sold a few, they'll just do maybe 150 of each just to put in that street. So that's a good marketing strategy. The other thing you must remember is always print on the second side. Because if that lands through the letterbox that way up, that's blank. Doesn't do you any favours. Just go in the bin. So even if you've got the same message, just repeat the message on the back. It doesn't cost that much more. So I'm looking for introductions to estate agents and lettings agents this week. So you think it, we think it.
Both sides, thank you. Right, Vincent done. Chris next, followed by Toby.
Hi, good morning everybody. Two offers, I'm going to fly through these because one's quite long. Thailand, has anyone been to Thailand?
Yes.
Right, a place called Kayak, which is on the west coast on the Andaman Sea, 2nd of December this year. Flights from London, 10 nights in the Kayak Oriental Resort, bed and breakfast, airport transfers included, 1,250 per person. That's some really, really good deals out at the moment. If you upgrade, another £70, you get a room with pool access as well. So it's actually quite incredible. Second one, Sri Lanka, 10 nights Sri Lanka beach escape. This is with a 20% reduction and 2 complimentary nights on top of the 10. So it's 12 nights, staying in the Fortress Resort and Spa on the Indian Ocean, includes breakfast, return flights with Qatar Airways, includes private transfers, complimentary upgrade to an ocean room, 2 complimentary nights, so 12 instead of 10, departing London Heathrow, 30th of September, 2 adult sharing, literally 1,960 per person, which is getting it. Thank you.
Interesting. Toby, you're followed by James.
Got one of my lovely metaphors for you this morning. So the Artemis 2 moon rocket, for those that care, has been delayed again. Now I, as you know, am no rocket scientist, but I'm led to believe that a rocket on the way to the moon or anywhere is actually off course 90% of the time. But it's constantly being monitored, and just little course corrections, 1 or 2 degree change of direction to keep it back on track. And it's the same for our businesses. We need to constantly monitor our businesses and just do 1 or 2 degree course corrections to keep them on track. Just those little minor corrections, otherwise we can end up well up course way down the road. So if you know anybody that maybe needs some course corrections to their business to keep them on track so they don't go too far off, please let me know, or maybe that's you yourself. So question for you, are you monitoring your business? Are you making the necessary adjustments to keep them on track? Toby Acton, Pole Position Business Solutions.
Toby. James, you're followed by Paul C.
Morning all, James from Brentwood Insurance. Sorry Paul, I'm going to have to read this one to so many words. Professional indemnity insurance, I spoke about it a while ago. Protecting you against claims for losses or damage made as a result of your alleged negligence or errors. It used to be called errors and omissions. Insurers changed the name because no one thought they'd make an error or omission, so they didn't call it insurance. But a few claims that have come up on that, it goes across everyone, so advice or work that you're doing. Engineer fitted a backup generator at a hospital, didn't work 100% as it should have done when it was needed, 135 grand that cost the insurers. Cladding contractor didn't fit adequate fittings to some cladding at a shopping centre, obviously it fell off, and £1.3 million they had to pay out after personal injury and some property damage. A solicitor, not on terrorist obviously level, but they failed to see a railway tunnel under a property that they were selling. So the obviously buyer sued them for it. They had to pay out in the end, but they found a £500 title indemnity policy instead of the £150,000 that they were trying to get sued for. So professional indemnity, I've run out of time, to massively misquote Commissioner Gordon, it's not the hero you want, but it might be the hero you need. James, from Brown Insurance.
Thanks, James. Paul, you're next, followed by Neil.
Morning all, Paul from Solitaire Plumbing and Heating. Today I want to talk about the heating side of the business as it's warming up, and that's air conditioning. You think they're two opposite ends of the spectrum, obviously heating and cooling, but air conditioning does your heating as well. So do you know of anyone that has a room with no heating source, no radiators, a little single split air conditioning system will literally heat that room in the winter and cool it in the summer? It's ideal. Because it's considered renewable, it's zero VAT on it, but it's got loopholes as well, because you're not allowed to have finance on anything renewable. But for some reason, air conditioning you can. So you can have 2 years interest free with no VAT. It makes loads of sense. We're F-gas registered, we can service, maintain, commission it, install it. So anyway, that's me. Thank you very much for listening.
Paul. Neil, you're next and you're followed by.
Hi, this is extremely tired Neil from Event Catering. Just spent an entire week dealing with logistics for the first of the Sharp Ninja Mega Jobs, which is actually next week, covering the park in Marlow, handing out hundreds and hundreds of samples of food every hour using the Ninja product to the tune of 30,000 guests over 4 days. So it's really a mega job. And I've spent the entire week dealing with everything from fire extinguishers, plumbing, sinks, electrics, all the really important stuff. And it's only today that I'm actually going to get started on the food, the recipes, and the shopping and the prep. I won't be here next week because we'll actually be on site in Marlow, and the event actually starts at 5 o'clock in the evening next Thursday and goes on for 4 days. And I honestly cannot wait for it to be over. I really just cannot wait. So that's Neil from Event Catering. I'd say living it large, I suppose. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Neil. Ben, you're followed by Mike.
Good morning guys, Ben Golding from Utility Warehouse, and I help people to save money on their essential household utilities. Gas, electricity, home phone, broadband, mobile phone, boiler cover. Now, not only are we named the cheapest supplier available in the UK, but we help our customers reduce their bills even more by shopping with our unique cashback card. Now, as well as having loads of partners over here, if you want to remind you, if you were to use your cashback card abroad, you will not only have the safety better than your debit or your credit card, but all those foreign transaction fees will get refunded as the cashback. So this week I'm looking to speak to anyone you know who's going on holiday, because not only can I help them save money, I can show them how they can turn their souvenirs and their sangrias into cashback off their bill. That's Ben Golding, Utility Warehouse.
Thank you. Souvenir. Yeah, thank you. That's excellent. Thank you, Ben. Mike, you're followed by Stuart.
Morning everyone, Mike from Brentwood. We'll talk about drone work again. It's not probably certainly not the focus of my business, and it's not the biggest part, but it can be quite flexible and it can pay quite well. I can fit it in around other things, so it's something I quite like to book in. However, it can also be quite heavy on pre-production. I've got 2 new build blocks for apartments to film for a building developer. They finished them off, they just want nice shots of them. One of them is right beside Tower Bridge, in London, about 500 metres away from the no-fly zone. And the other one is right by Stratford train station, which has got no restrictions, but National Rail really don't like drones, even if legally you're fine flying there. But that's my problem, not the clients. And a lot of that sort of work comes down to the paperwork and the pre-production involved in sorting all that out. And it has all been sorted out, we're doing that over the next few weeks. So yeah, I'm looking for any more sort of drone work, whether it's buildings, campsites, parks or businesses. Doesn't matter where it is or how complicated, we can deal with that sort of thing. It's Mike from Media. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Stuart, you're followed by Clara.
Morning, Stuart from LG Networks. For those of you who've been listening to me talk about what I do for many years, you would have known that very much telephone systems were over here and our IT systems were kind of over here. since voice over IP has come together, those two things are getting closer and closer and closer together. Consequently, we're having more and more conversations with people about Microsoft Teams. Lots of people use Microsoft Teams as maybe their, as a meeting portal to do video meetings, or maybe they use it for their internal chats or internal messaging. And then they will have a completely separate VoIP telephone system. It's entirely possible to actually link those two things together. For instance, so that people can't message you while you're in the middle of a phone call or anything like that. So you can actually start to get those two things. I'm going to do is like Daily Brent. It's together. Yeah? So if you know any companies that are using Microsoft Teams and want to perhaps expand how they could use that and integrate their VoIP telephony with it as well, please get in touch with me, Stuart, at OG Networks.
Thank you, Stuart. Clara, next, and you're followed by Terry.
Clara Downton, Downton Mortgages and Financial Services. Busy time still in the mortgage world. It has started to continue and kind of creep in the, I'll call it wrong direction with interest rates. They are heading up at the moment. I'm hoping that will stabilise, but talking to a lender yesterday, their kind of view is that the rest of this year is kind of going to stay at this kind of level and maybe be a bit higher. So I don't think it's going to be the most positive environment going forward from an interest rate point of view. But it still sticks to everything that I've been saying for the last however long, that you really need to be thinking 6 months in advance of whether you actually need to have done something, because actually then it gives you the biggest options. And if things improve, we can improve with it. But if things get worse, you've at least locked in at that level. So if you know anyone who is thinking of doing something and just needs some advice as to what's going on, then put them in touch with me, and I'm very happy to have a chat with them. That's Clara Downton Mortgages and Financial Services.
Thank you, Clara. You're followed by Leann.
Yeah, thanks very much, Aidan. Good morning, everybody. Terry Bailey from CM Law. So I was in court yesterday in sunny Southend, and I had a case where I got a possession order last December. Bailiff's appointment was next Wednesday. Tenants applied to the court to set aside the order on all kinds of grounds, all sorts of things were wrong with it. And I spent 45 minutes in court with the judge carefully picking through everything I'd done, from when I first saw the client, first served the notice, right the way through to the possession order, trying to find a way to help these people and keep them in the house. After 45 minutes, the judge gave up. He said, no, you've done everything absolutely spot on. I'm dismissing the application to suspend the warrant. You need to get out next Wednesday. Moral of the story, if you want it done right, as John always says, get it done right the first time. And because we did it right the first time, there was no grounds to set aside the order, even though they came up with all kinds of weird, wonderful things and got extremely aggressive in the process. Lucky enough, I was in my motorcycle gear and ready, able to look after myself. If you know anyone who needs that sort of assistance, it's Terry Bailey at TM Law.
The moral being, if you go to Southend Court, you find yourself going motorbike.
Yeah, you're
Leann, you're next, and you're followed by John Hammond.
Good morning, everybody. Leann from Volunteers. I won't go into too much detail because it's my presentation today, but I just want you to know that if you do recommend it to any of your friends or family, I will look after them and I will make the process fun. I have 3 clients come back to me wanting to do some more work for these. I can only say I obviously looked after them, and I can assure you I look after your friends and family too. That's Leann from Volunteers.
Thank you, Leann. John, you're next, and you're followed by Blaine.
Good morning, everybody. I'm John Hammond from JMH Technology. Last week we were in town fitting motorway, and unlike Neil, I didn't have to worry about filling water or toilets or anything like that because there wasn't any. And we were eating Wayfair meal plans. It wasn't the easiest job we've ever done because you have to be in full safety gear, sweating like crazy in it. What I'm looking for is jobs in this country where we're not playing full safety gear and we can fit nice CCTV or access control to sort of medium-sized small offices. So if you know any small and medium-sized offices where their security is a bit impaired, give us a shout. Because we can do it, and we can do it right. That's John Hammond from JMH Technology, applying technology to security.
Thank you, John. Blake, you're next, and you're followed by Howard.
Morning everyone, Blake from MLHAV, your go-to Essex Business Forum supplier. As many of you saw from the photos or followed me on Facebook, we went, family at MLHAV went to Leann on Monday and went and watched the World War II reenactment day. Something that brought me to my attention was the amount of airsoft guns were actually on display as replicas instead of the real guns. So, I'm looking for anyone who knows any reenactment groups or anyone that's putting on reenactment shows that needs supplying with replica weapons, clothing, anything to do with airsoft or reenactment, but they might need some gear for. On my way. Thank you. Lake Mountain.
Water the roses might be interesting. Howard, you're next and you're followed by Jane.
Good morning. Howard Wood from Clear Financial Advice. We're independent financial advisors based in Billericay. We work for a broad spectrum of clients, really broad range. So at one end, we've got two families who are both incredibly successful, have very, very successful businesses that they run. But when they came to us, they had no financial planning at all, no retirement planning, no investment planning, there was no tax planning, even though they had a big London accountants, both these families, and no inheritance tax planning. So there's an awful lot we're doing for them. At the other end of the spectrum, I had a family in yesterday who wanted to come and talk about their pensions. Didn't really understand what they had, just a couple of small little pensions dotted around. I was able to sort through that, but then found out they had absolutely no life cover in place. They've got a young family, quite a large mortgage, so we put some life cover in. So the important thing is we try to add value for anyone who comes through our door. So regardless of who they are, there's probably something we can do for them. Thank you.
Thanks, Howard. Jane, you're followed by Tina.
Jane Mallion from the English Green Tea Company. So, award-winning chocolate brownies, can we sell them? Yes, we can. Gifts to sort all occasions and locations, can we sell them? Yes, we can. Thank you, Howard. Audience participation. Christmas hampers later in the year, can we supply them? Yes, we can. Thank you. Picnics coming up for summer, going to Ascot or any of those, can we supply them? Yes, we can. Access control to security impaired offices, can we service that? No, we can't. Auntie Jane is sitting down.
Thank you, Jen. Tina, you're followed by me and I'm followed by Paul.
Morning everybody, my name is Taylor and my company is called Liberty Executive Services. I offer a secretarial and admin service, as well as supporting you at the back end of your office. What I'm doing later on is going into London and supporting one of my clients who's got a workshop. Previous to that, I sent out invitations to the people that she wanted to attend. I chased them up to say if they were coming and what was their dietary requirements. And she hasn't got nothing to worry about. All she's got to do is just turn up and do the presentation. So if you know anybody that's doing a workshop or even helping out in a conference or an event for all their clients, pass my details on to help. So it's me, Tina, Liberty Executive Services. I'm not 95, I'm a star to finish.
Tina, from last week's Q&A, LPAs, can we supply them? Yes, we can. To clarify further, what I do, I see the clients initially, get details of who the donor is, who the attorneys are going to be, any reserves. Then I prepare the two powers, one for finance, one for health and welfare. I prepare it and send it to them for approval. Then I make the appointment when I try and get everybody together so that I can both advise and certify the power and also act as a witness. After that, I lodge them with the Office of the Public Guardian and collect the money in so that I can make the payment to the Office of the Public Guardian for registration. So that's me, English Squire. I can do LPAs when I get back from home.
Paul.
Morning, Paul Booth from Booth & Co. Shelters Certified Accountants based in Brentwood. We've been doing quite a lot of capital gains tax declarations on residential properties. So there's 60 days to disclose and pay over tax to HMRC. And one of the big things at the moment is furnished holiday lets. The rules are changing from April next year. We don't know fully what the details are, but currently you can get business asset disposal relief at 10%. If the furnished holiday letting rule is going to change, it probably means the tax will go up to 24% as a max. So we've got clients, potential clients, that are looking to sell their furnished holiday lets now, locking a lower rate. So if you know anyone who's looking to sell residential property that may be subject to capital gains tax, please my way. That's Paul Booth from Booth & Co. Minimised Tax.
Thank you, Paul. Right. That is the end of the 60-second round. So I'll hand over to the work schedule.
I tried to write a one-word summary of your 60 seconds we've been going through. Yeah, interesting. I've got Raise a Wife for John, or, various different things. For Vincent, I just wrote backside, but yes, just any of those. But I'm delighted to be able to award this today to Brian, just because I could write down weed killer.
Thanks, Brian. Okay, let's move on. I understand we're at your synergy team meeting. Jane, have you got any announcements?
I might. Funnily enough, so today is the day for the synergy meeting this month. And I guess we'll be meeting outside, it might be a little cooler. So it's straight after the meeting, and it's all about how do you know your customers are appreciating what you offer and so on. We're going to have a lovely chat together, and then I'll send out the minutes after, naming the people that contributed as they go. Please join us after if you can.
Thank you, Jane. Right, we now move inexorably towards the 10-minute presentation. Right, and who will do that for us?
Thanks very much. Okay, so before I introduce today's speaker, give you an update on the upcoming week. So next week on the 16th, Chris will be doing his first 10 minutes, and Scott will be providing the education that day. Moving on to the 23rd, Andy will be doing his first 10 minutes, and Neil will get you to do the education slot again after such a good performance last time. 23rd of 2 weeks' time. Right. Yeah, not next week, but the week after.
You want to send me an email?
Yeah. The 30th, moving on to the 30th, Clara will be doing the 10 minutes, and Stuart will be providing the education slot that day. Moving into June, Nick will be doing the 10 minutes on the 6th, with Jane providing the education slot. And finally, on the 13th of June, Terry will be doing the 10 minutes, and I'll be doing the education slot then. When it is your 10 minutes, please download the bio sheet and give it to me a day or two beforehand, or bring it to the meeting. Just to remind you that it's 8 minutes for a presentation to allow 2 minutes for any questions. And don't forget to bring a speaker's prize. That said, today's speaker did, because today we have the lovely Leann Reason from Brooklyn Interiors, of which she's the boss. Nature of business is fluffing cushions, and areas located is in and around Essex. So, a frightening, two things about Leann, a frightening incident, not that bad, but a 10-minute presentation at EBF. An embarrassing moment that happened to Leann is when she went to pay her holiday, went to the holiday shop, she had to pay the balance. She went to the wrong place and paid. Did you pay?
They couldn't find my reference for some strange reason, which is how come I worked out the wrong shop.
Well, at least I didn't take him a bit. Something that winds you up, yeah, I agree with this one. People who don't say thank you after you have let them pass. And finally, a sentence on Leann's headstone is that she's renovating the basement. So with that, please welcome the lovely Leann.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you. This is my third one now, and I think I'm more nervous now than I was in the first one. So please excuse me. Okay, so there's a little bit about me. I've always loved interior design from as far back as I can remember. And my love of interior design can be seen in my own home, and all the properties that me and my husband have actually renovated, which I think is now about 12. Our very first house was even a fixer-upper. Not too bad, but it just needed a little bit of TLC. So I think having these different houses, there's a few of them. As you can see, they're all very, very different, and we've done different things in all of them. So, and we've come across different problems with them as well. So, and there's different budgets, and they've had their own obstacles that we've had to get over with doing them up. So I know where to splurge and I know where to save, and I'm very lucky that my husband also likes DIY, and I've made him adapt to lots of things along the way. So I've been the person that my friends and my family turn to when they have questions and queries about their renovations, and I feel that my personal experience and my lifestyle has given me the insight into how a home should work for entertainment and how it should work for a family. I keep up to date with everything that's changing over the years, and obviously since COVID, lifestyles have changed dramatically and how we use our homes. And I can help clients bring that into their homes. So I understand the frustration when you can't do what you want to do in a property. This one actually we bought because we wanted to put traditional roof on, but the council wouldn't let us. So we've had to sort out. So again, when you're dealing with things like that, it's very personal. Having me on the other side, coming back and saying, have you thought about this, have you thought about this, can help you and take out the stress. I don't do architecture. When I'm not working, I can be found watching renovation shows, spending time with my family, and I love going to the cinema, eating out, theme parks and travelling. So how do I help my clients? So, as I explained, I do see the potential within a space. I can generally walk into a room and think, oh yeah, this would work. And I can suggest the good use of the space with furniture. I can suggest dilemmas for their problems. I make their home more functional for them, and which in turn enhances their lifestyle. And most importantly, I turn their house into a home. So how do I do that for them? How do I persuade them to go with what I suggest? Well, I do listen to them. I don't go in and say, this is what you need to do. I listen to what they need. I listen to what they want. And I put the consultation is the most important, because that's where I speak to them and find out everything. And then I put together mood boards. So this is ideas of colours and textures that I think. Then sample boards where I collect it all together and show them how it works. Window treatments. Window treatments finish a room, whether that be blinds or curtains. Floor plans, so they can see how to lay out their floor and how it would work. Lighting plans. I've done bespoke furniture design, which you will see further on. Visualisation, both 2D and 3D. I source the furniture and accessories, and I can either put that together in a shopping list for them to go and buy themselves, or a couple of them just go and you buy everything and don't worry about it. I finish and dress the room, which is some people do styling and staging. And again, how to dress the room. If I provide the shopping list and they're going to have to do it themselves, I will give little tips on how to lay it out, where to put all the accessories, etc. And I recommend and I liaise with trains, and that also give an update because I also project manage. So when the project's coming together, I work with the trades and lead them and explain what needs to be done. So what are the benefits of working with me? Obviously, experience in renovating and dealing with people. I keep you on budget. If you tell me that's how much it's got to be, I can provide different stuff and tell you where to save, do a little bit more, a little bit less in there, but I keep you within the budget. I have trusted trades. I have the fresh ideas, which is kind of what some people use for the design consultation. They just need a fresh pair of eyes to go in and say, have you thought about this? And knowledge. Like I say, I like to keep up to date with everything that's going on and all the different trends and everything, so I can bring that into their design. And I like to think that I save you the time and the stress of a renovation, because I can take it on, do everything, and you can get on with doing what you do best. So, do you have to be mega rich to be an to hire an interior designer? No, you don't, because I do have a bespoke service for you. You don't have to have everything on that list that you saw back then. You can just pick and choose the bits that you need. And my is obviously design consultation. I do on its own, depending on how much you want. So the design consultation is bespoke about. So I like to think that every great design starts with a design consultation. And this is 90 minutes in the home of whoever on the property to discuss the rooms, to find out about the people, to ask them questions, what are they going to use, how do they like. And then we wander around and then I make suggestions for whatever it is they need. I love a couple the other day, didn't know where to put a kitchen in potential extension and how to lay it out. So we went through some different examples and talked about all the colours, the lightings, where to put furniture, etc. Now 90 minutes might not seem very long, but it can be enough just to give ideas and discuss all the rooms that they want to all one. I'll then put all my suggestions into a document and then send it to me. If that's all they want is a design consultation, I put my notes into a document and I send it to them so that when they're ready, they can refer back to it, because you can't always remember everything. Especially if I'm putting all these suggestions at them and they're like, whoa, hang on a minute. So yeah, so I'll give you that document. And yeah, like I say, it can include colour suggestions and mood boards. So sometimes this is all they need, and the design consultation is £200, which is affordable for most. So that's what I say, you don't have to be mega rich to have an interior designer. So here's a video, I hope to God it works, of some of the projects I've done recently. That's the bespoke big furniture I designed for them. Some testimonials there, but I'm told that that's the time. So thank you all for listening. I hope I didn't bore you too much. Do you have any questions?
Thank you very much, Leann. Any questions?
I suppose the clue's in the name, but is it just interior design you get involved in, or does that sometimes cross over to the garden?
No, just interior. I can make suggestions for garden, but
yeah,
I'm not very green with fingers, so.
You're a garden designer if you want.
I was thinking about more like the outdoor living space, you know, like parking, sit-ups, outdoor.
Oh, I see.
That type of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. No, I don't.
So how do you handle people who clearly have dreadful taste? You don't want them to go, yes, Leann designed this, when it's not right.
Yeah, thankfully I haven't come across that yet. I was sort of trying to persuade them and diplomatically say that probably wouldn't work like that. We try it this way and then see how they go. Okay. But it might be the point that I have to say, I'm sorry, I'm not the designer, it's that bad. Right.
So obviously when you designed the furniture and the other bits, do you work with a separate like carpenter or builder to put them together, or do you do that side of things as well?
Yeah, no, I design them and then I speak to the carpenter and say, is this possible?
So you've got like a whole team that you can work with?
Yeah.
There as well.
Yeah. Blake,
Just
sorry.
I might do a quick one. Just you wrote down design window treatments now. I don't know what that means. Is that
Sorry, yeah. So it's,
rounds or
yeah, if someone's got a plain window and they say to me, I don't know what to do, or they want curtains but don't know what sort, I can make suggestions as to what would work with the design of the room, the feel of the room. So you don't want to go too traditional if the room is ultra modern.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what I mean by design.
Just a quickie, couple really, what's your favourite design you've done for, has it been a whole house renovation or is it like a small room you prefer doing?
I think I really enjoyed doing the cinema room. That was all room. I've never done a full room dark before and they were brave enough to go with my suggestion. And I absolutely love the transformation of that one. So it was like the woodwork rooms and the ceiling, everything was great.
When you stood up and spoken previously at 60 seconds, I kind of very much just pictured it as living rooms, dining rooms, reception, social place and stuff. I think it's the first time I've heard you mention kitchens. I didn't realise you now into like full kitchen design and sort of oversee and sort of that.
I won't do the design of the kitchen, I'll make suggestions and I'll give them ideas. For example, this couple that I saw the other day, they've got this big extension and they didn't know where the kitchen was going to go, how to lay it out and what they would have in there. So I sort of said, you get this cupboard there and you can have that there on a big island. But the actual designing and putting together the picture is better that they go to a kitchen place for that because they're more professional. Plus they don't charge, whereas I would have to charge for my time.
Are you finding that more and more people are staging in order to sell their house?
I haven't been asked, I've a couple of property developers, but not actually people staging their homes, no. But I am told that there is.
It seems to be growing, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I don't publicise that either, that I can do that. So maybe I should.
Yeah. It seems to be growing.
Yeah.
It's massive in America.
It is.
And Australia.
There's loads of programs on there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Paul, last one.
Yeah, one of the biggest problems is clutter. Yeah. We've got loads of stuff. Loft, garage. Do you know any providers who just take it all in and sell it and you receive 50% or whatever? Do you? Okay, that's fine.
Right, Leann, thank you very, very much indeed. Congratulations on getting through it. Picking up on what Paul said there, the one thing that was absent from all of those videos was clutter. And that's that you can probably advise me best on that because I don't have to. Okay, right. We move on to the next round. The referrals. If you could act as runner or walker or whatever, however you do it. We'll start as usual with Paul and work round.
Yeah, excellent. Good question. Thank you for that. Yeah, really good. Thank you for money for Howard. A couple of thank yous for select members.
That was lovely, Leann. Very nicely done. I had one time with Skeeter last week, and one for Vince for some brochures from Rob.
I think there was a presentation that generated a lot of questions and needs to have a good conversation. Really picked up some interest. So I think that's excellent. This will refer actually to Toby from weeks ago that I, to be honest, I've been forgot about. But I spoke to Catherine Barry, she said, oh yeah, she did reach out and chat with you, but let's just get tidying up a loose end there, really. Thank you. Good. So, Leann.
Thank you.
Great, excellent. Presentation. You've done a consultation for us. Haven't really actually done anything further on that. But great ideas that came out of it. It was always good to pick your somewhat creative mind. I have a thank you to the money to the gift that keeps on giving. Paul DeLu. And the other gift that keeps on giving is Scott Griffiths. Thank you very much.
That's great to meet you.
You see, I've got your band in.
I did, yeah. I went to, then I said, that's right. Great expert as well. Thank you. Vince, testimonial. You've been brilliant to do with, mate, with the leaflets. I didn't know you could have a different fold. Is it? You haven't seen the printed ones, the folds, the set folds, and the roll flow folds. Yeah. So that's with Vince. So I recommend it to anyone. And Leann as well. Thanks for the money.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, good meeting again. Love it when the creative people get up there because some of us don't have to enjoy it during the day, so it's nice to see. Thank you, Money, for John Freeman, still very much sunning himself. Referral to Mike, he does some fantastic work on a photo. Someone caught Cameron being held aloft on the beach with one of his teammates, thousands of fans around him. I sent it to Mike and he's just livened up the two players and doled it around everyone else. It's amazing, absolutely fantastic. And another referral to Mike to take some photos of a superstar DJ from tonight. So thank you very much. See you next week.
Great slot, great 10 minutes, thank you very much for that. That's it, I'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Thank you.
Fantastic presentation. I really enjoy it. Definitely needs inspiration at some point. Ben, yeah, great insight. It reminded me actually, I don't really get this much in the creative world nowadays because everyone's quite good at communicating that, but when I see more tree surgery pricing, the amount of jobs we want because the other people can call back. Yeah. And just, we're really bad. I've been chasing them, but okay, well, here's our price. Okay, we'll take it. Good communication. Matt, I've just been in contact with a Middlesbrough fan, and I'll get you the details over. I brought him up, might be Middlesbrough last week, and he's a long-term local boy. And he goes, yeah, someone's really involved in that, so hopefully you can get this number later on. Awesome, thanks. And yeah, thank you for the money to James. And Terry, you've got new socks.
Very good.
Hopefully, when I move, I'll have an evening if I ever move. Yeah, I was up last week, so I've got nothing to give. But I just want to say, Scott, in his 6 seconds, obviously mentioned about using Sender and what he does for our website. I cannot rate Scott enough. He's helped us out a lot. So,
Next one, yeah, really, really good.
Oh, thank you.
So, lots of bits in there that we can use going forward into our project. Brian, thank you for the money, for your renewal. Okay. Well, thank you for the monies for Terry, for SB Property, for Matt, for ex-member Kim, for ex-member David Plumley, and for ex-member Sky Stairs. Loads of renewals.
Yeah, that's a very good presentation. Thank you for the head start. I will be very careful when I speak to people on the phone. And that's a referral for Stuart. Oh, I'm on holiday next week.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Yes. Brilliant. 10 minutes. So I don't know why you get so nervous because you're absolutely superb and you deliver it very well. So and you're also an expert in your field.
interior.
Yeah, don't do gardens. So I've got one there with James. Thank you for looking into the it's for me. I know we couldn't actually do it because nobody wanted to surely, but you did have a look for it as well. Matt,
one of my good friends lives in Middlesbrough as well, so I'll be.
They all come out of the woodwork, don't they?
Yeah, and I know he's a fan of that. He's a good fan, so I'll
Awesome. Yeah, that's great.
there as well. Happy birthday to Paul as well, and got a referral there for Vince. From your 60 seconds. Again, another mate runs Open Properties in Hornchurch. Nice. I'll link you up via email if you want some from there as well. Another referral there, the one for Jane. Thank you very much for that's mine, by the way. So yeah, keep the mix off. Yeah, not going to be here probably for the next 4 meetings, so unless they cancel it again. So as long as I survive the operation, I'll be back in about 5 weeks' time. But yeah, see you soon. Hopefully I'll be back. Remember me just in case. I can do the order of service. I'm going to be like yeah, we'll aim to sort of the well, I've just been
in 10 minutes, it might be worth you actually, I know there's some new houses around where Howard's office is. Another road up from the office, there's some big houses there that have got builders and it might be worth putting their flyers on there.
I do that. I'll find out how it works.
You're stalking Howard now.
That's it, yeah.
So maybe they do again. So Matt's specifically asked for Middlesbrough fans. Lo and behold, someone in the room knows someone that's a Middlesbrough fan. That's the perfect example of third-party networking. So don't be scared to ask for anything specific, because you never know who knows who around this room. So well done, Brian, for winning. Well done, Brian, for winning the Oscar. As a special treat, I'm going to give you. I haven't checked it with the board yet, the management, but I'm going to give you an extra 10 seconds next week. 70 seconds.
I missed all that, which I'm sure it's very important.
What a waste of time.
My wife could do it. She keeps changing her ideas. Took floor tiles with it, took downstairs door and skimmed it with concrete. And then when we put concrete tiles down on top of it, it looks exactly the same as it was. So I could have seen it, not with the tiles down. Exactly. Got testimony for the Wayfair packs. The all-day breakfast is absolutely nuts. It really is.
Yeah, well done, bang on the 10 minutes. It also cuts the other way, so you can also, as well as you being like, if you get a new client, you can also work out whether there's something you want.
Yeah.
And well done, Leann. Have you seen them virtual reality headsets? You can actually show up to what it was. They're and I haven't told my wife I've got it. There's enough cushion in the house. I've got a few referrals. That's a reverse referral for Tina. That would be a nutter. Nick Murphy, his email, I'll give his number as well. The guy does a reenactment. Well into it. Completely on his head.
So you're going to get a reverse referral from another?
It's only one for Neil. It's quite incredible, really. 10 to 6 this morning, I'll message him thinking he'll deal with that sometime next week. Here we are. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow.
Thank you very much.
Great. It's funny you should talk about third-party networking. I was introduced to a commercial insurance broker, actually, who turned out to be a massive Formula 1 fan, and also turns out to do all the insurances for Aston Martin Formula 1 team, and I've now got an introduction to Aston Martin.
You like Ferrari?
Well, yeah, I'm easy on anyone. Anyway, yeah, great 10 minutes, very professional as always, and fantastic Ed slot. Ben, Blake got a referral to you. I'd like some gas, please. Yep. Thank you. I don't know what I need for the pistol. Yeah, oh, I was going to say I had a coffee with Sarah Steele, but I didn't. I had a glass of water with her at her house. So we're doing a workshop together next week. Everyone remember Sarah Steele? She's still in the group, isn't she? Tina, are you still looking for associate work?
Social work.
Yeah, associate work. Let's start with a BA. Yeah, you're interested because I've just got a new client that's building a team. Okay, lovely. I think that's it. I can't. There's something else. I can't read it. Oh yes, yeah. I'm also interested in being put in touch with anybody who knows estate agents. You know estate agents. I've got a client that can really provide value to them. Anybody that knows estate agents, can put in touch. Thank you. Next week.
Leann, fantastic. Really great presentation. Paul, happy birthday.
Yes.
Ben, can I catch up with you? Just to go through next week. Thank you very much. See you all next week. Thanks.
Fabulous presentation.
Thank you.
Surprised how nervous you were. Brilliant. My worst one was a lender for 5 hours on hold. Unfortunately, I don't get to choose whether or not I stay on hold. But yeah, I started at 9 AM in the morning, and at 2 o'clock they finally picked up the phone. So yeah, that's my worst one. So that wasn't good customer service, and I will say they're not my favourite lender. But yeah, no, brilliant meeting. Thank you so much. I've got a thank you for the money to Scott for the referral you sent my way. So that's brilliant. Thank you very much. But yeah, see everybody next week.
Okay. So that was great. So then, according to your starting introduction today, Roger should never answer the phone. Leann, I absolutely love that. So I have used Leann's services and they're amazing. And there's something about me that doesn't like being told what to do. I don't know if you get that impression. I don't know. And my mother-in-law, who liked interior design, used to sweep into whatever new house we got. She said, well, this room's obviously got to be cream and pale pink. This room's got to be, and from that moment, it would never be cream and pale pink. And Leann handled me really, really well. So your knowledge is, a given. But actually your manner, people might not know how you handle the client and make it easy for them to listen and take on board your ideas. Very good. So yes, I love it. I've worked with Chris Riesick, I just love it. Neil, we're putting together a cheese-based Christmas hamper, and I'm wondering if any of your jams would go well with cheese, and could I buy a jar of whichever ones you think?
Yeah, they're used by nibbles and cheese. Yeah.
Oh, are they? Well,
Yeah,
that would be
that's a
great.
good
But
one as well.
you're away next week, and I'm away for the following 2, so it'll be after that, unless you've got them in the back.
I don't, I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries.
You beat Terry out, you might be able to get one off.
Don't worry, Terry. And then this was for Dave at Mercury, because we've got something tripping out every day, and we can't figure it out. There was one, how much? Yes. So there's that. I think that's me done. Thank you, dear. Oh, no.
Happy birthday, Paul. Great egg stop, Ben, and thank you everybody for listening. Thank you.
Yes, do really do.
It is from
Chloe?
Yes. Got no shit, girl.
Don't
be funny.
to win it.
Then go in the middle.
They shuffle them onto the box.
Yeah, we're down in Toby.
As long as it's not a cushion on.
You could use it as a cushion if you wanted.
In my purse. Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed, Leann, for doing the running, doing the draw, and most importantly for doing the 10 minutes. Very good. Full up with a bag of ferrets, but right, as we come to the end, it's a beautiful day. Before I send you on your way, announcements.
Yes, support your local rugby league team. Come down in the sunshine on Saturday to Old Brentwood's Club. 2:30 kick-off. Crucial match against Bristol All Goals. The sun will be shining. The swearing on the pitch will be ripe, and the beers will be flowing in the clubhouse.
Any Anybody else?
Someone mentioned 360 cameras to Leann. If that's something that interests you, the girl that you spoke to Kate about the bits and bobs, she's actually got one of the 360 cameras that can do those surround views of rooms and things.
Oh, okay.
So, worth knowing if you want it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Terry.
Just very quickly, thank you very much for those of you who have donated to the calls and raised with my cycle ride. Anyone who still wants to is still open at any time. If you can't, that's fine, but if you are able to donate a bit to Ruby's wheelchair, that'd be fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yes, please.
Chris, could you put the holiday things on an email?
Yes, I was just going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
So every offer every week I'm starting then. Okay.
You just like keep forgetting.
Point someone.
I haven't told Miss about it. I can't even remember what it was.
I'll do that.
We're just waiting for Christ.
I've crossed you before. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it this afternoon.
Yeah, okay, that's so you can drool over it.
Yeah.
Right, if that's it, then with a view to deja vu, I'm not going to be here next week. I'm on holiday, and the week after. Yeah, weeks 19 and 20. Right, so it's nice to see you all. I was pleased to revisit you. I'll be away. I'll be pleased to see you when we get back, and I hope we have a good day and a good week in 2 weeks. Thank you.